Immigrants overall are good for America.
Do you care more about helping Americans or immigrants in this claim?
Immigrants are Americans. I'm an immigrant and an American.
Well, immigrants are not Americans. Americans are the people that were born here.
That's not true.
I always think it's funny when individuals come to argue that have weak arguments like that. And it shows either you didn't learn something that you were supposed to about history in middle school or high school, or you didn't learn it when and if you went to college. And that is that every person who's from the 13 colonies is an immigrant. How and why, you ask? Here's why. Because all of the people that came to establish the 13 colonies came from overseas. They came from Europe, sailed across the ocean, landed, and said, let's settle here, immigrants. When they built homes, that made them settlers. But they didn't stop being immigrants. So all of you that are white, you're immigrants. And it's not just people who are white. There are people who are immigrants that came from other parts of the world. It's called immigration. But Republican leadership wants to lie and falsely say, we're more American than anyone that was here before us. You're stupid. Because being American is what this is. It's the Americas. And it was that before you landed. So that's called hate. That's called racism, ethnocentrism, etc. There's a long list of all kinds of words, and that's great. We're just trying to keep this broad and easy, everybody. So before the immigrants from Europe came and established the 13 colonies, for over 30,000 years, there had been millions of people already here. For instance, look at me, Latino. That means that I have a bloodline of over 30,000 years of people before the Europeans came. So let's continue on to another thought, and that is that Republican leadership and white-only society, meaning white-only communities, are after a white-only society. You have organizations such as the KKK. You have individuals that cover their face and go around with a flag that's a Confederate flag or has the German Hitler symbol on it, and say whites only. And they're all over the United States. So that is a narrow view of history. That's why you see this, that in our public education system, the Republican leadership trying so hard to push who Americans are. My message right now to all of everyone in the United States of America and all of the Americas, that if you were already here, you're more American than anyone white that came from across the ocean, that they are immigrants. They are the true immigrants. And there's enough history books, there's enough scholarship, and there's enough behind that